You guys gather, and you see a man step out in a purple corduroy suit, and he's got an umbrella, very dark skin and a monocle, and this long white beard that goes past his waist. He's got a little watch fob and a monocle on a little chain, and you see that he steps out to the podium. You see he produces, as if from air, a little saucer with a teacup on it, and steps to the podium, being introduced, of course, first by from offstage. Ladies and gentlemen, your principal, Mr. Arthur Aguefort. You see that the sort of this old wizardly man steps out and says, "Welcome, one and all, to another exciting year here at the Aguefort Adventuring Academy, where we train the next generation of adventurers. And what is an adventurer? One who goes on adventures? I say that an adventurer is a hero. And what is a hero? A hero is someone with the strength of heart, courage of spirit, and the might of will to go to strange lands and enact violence on things there. We go to places where there are things that must be destroyed, and we destroy them, wandering from town to town, getting into trouble, meeting in flop houses and taverns, and getting into scrapes with the law, and otherwise finding ourselves engaged in all manners of tomfoolery and shenanigans, sometimes violent, sometimes fatal. Yes, fatal. A hero is a violent wanderer who enacts their will bloodily and with strange magics upon the world. But does a hero truly stand alone? No, the strength of the hero is the strength of the party. And what is a party? A gathering of friends, perhaps with some alcoholic beverages, some fun music. A jape for all of you. A party is a group that comes together to embellish each other's strengths and eradicate each other's weaknesses. A party is composed of those who have sworn themselves to each other to make themselves greater than the sum of their parts. Perhaps we have flaws within us. Perhaps we don't cast magic, and we need someone who can cast magic to help us when we need magic. Perhaps we're very tough and we can sustain a lot of injuries, but we need somebody who is very good at hurting people there with us as well. Perhaps we need a sneaky person to sneak. Not always. Sometimes you don't need that. But occasionally, in circumstances where you do need one, you really need one, right? With traps or other things like that. That is the meaning of party. And party is the meaning of hero. Never forget, all of you. Oh, that's bad. Never forget that the greatest magic of all is chronomancy, the magic of time. Welcome to your first year, freshmen, at the Aguefort Adventuring Academy! He turns into light, disappears.
My hand was on the fire drill the whole time to pull it, but I was so moved by that I actually took it off.
Cool. Towards the end of the day, you're all back in the assembly hall, and Principal Aguefort says, concluding this, our first day together here at the Aguefort Adventuring Academy, we will now begin the wonderful process of the Day of Fellowship. You all have the rest of the afternoon to meet with the friends you've made and form your first adventuring parties. This most critical afternoon will be you banding together for the rest of your time here at Aguefort. I hope you will find the people that you have the most in common with and that you feel the most excited about becoming heroes and solving the problems of the world through violence and strange arcana.
Time we got here.
The enemy was
Now,
a piece of paper.
you guys see that Principal Aguefort and Mr. Gibbons walk into the room. You see that Principal Aguefort looks at people who have fallen here. Adon, you're covered in blood. Riz, you're covered in corn. He looks at Mr. Gibbons next to him, and you see he says, "Death is a part of life, eternal and unforgiving. It exists around us in all places, for energy can neither be created nor destroyed.
Can you fucking do something or not?
Death is an old friend. It's a glass
Are there
of
clerics or priests or anybody here?
It's a spoon when all you need is a knife.
This is Alanis Morissette lyrics. I know I'm dead, but
You see, he says, death waits for us all, with the exception of some immortal beings such as gods and vampires, some form of undead. But death waits for many of us. Maybe not elves. Elves are immortal if they live in their homeland.
Riz takes off down the hall and tries to find somebody else.
As you take off, you see he says, however, there are times when great magic can work wonders.
You motherfucker!
You see, he reaches into his coat and takes out a swirling ball of fire with surrounded by pieces of like red feathers. You see, he says, the egg of the last phoenix. However, death will exact its price. There is foul play in this school. Only you can save us. A life for a life. Eh, Mr. Gibbons? You see Mr. Gibbons looks up and says, I'm sorry, what? And you see that Principal Aguefort takes out a gun and shoots Mr. Gibbons in the head. And then takes the gun and says, the price must be paid. Bam! And shoots himself in the head. Gorgug and Kristen, you come back to life.
What the fuck?
wait, the lunch lady. What about her life? It could have counted for one of them.
You're all back at full hit points.
Fucking happening? What did you just do?
We gotta go, guys. Riz